So as you can see guys, I've got the S4 back on the ramp finally, because now that I've finished the E46 rebuild, I can spend more time on the Audi now, doing little bits and pieces that I need to get done. Sorry, my voice is sounding a bit croaky. I've got a bit of a sore throat coming along. So today what I want to do is I want to do the passenger side outer CV boot. I've got a little split in it and it's sending grease all over the place. So I want to get that changed over today, clean up the grease. So it's this CV boot here on this side that I need to change. So we're going to carry that out now. Right, so you probably already figured out what I was trying to do there. So let me just get you in on a closer look. So what I was trying to do is to use a slightly longer bolt to pop the CV joint off the shaft, which allows me to do it in situ without removing any of the other suspension arms or components. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up now, replace with the little washers and that inside, and then whack the CV joint back on with the new boot and tighten everything up. Right guys, so just to recap on how I've got to this position. So if you're looking to do the outer CV joint on an A4 or an S4, if you're looking to do it on the floor and you don't want to remove the drive shaft completely or disassemble a lot of the ball joints, this is how I've done it. So I've released the two ball joints at the top here. So I've taken the bolt out of here at the top of the knuckle. I've turned the wheel outwards, which has now allowed me to pop out the CV joint from the steering knuckle. And then what I've done then, I've used a very long bolt. It's my bolt here. I put that in, I've tightened the bolt, and as it goes in, it presses up against the drive shaft and then pops the CV joint off for you. So this allows you obviously to take the CV joint off, and this is how I've got to this position. So I mean, like I said, this is the easiest way to do it without disassembling too much of the suspension. I mean, you can do it your way if you want. If you want to remove the lower arms and completely pull the steering knuckle to the side, you can do that. But I prefer to do this and not start disturbing any parts that I don't need to. So now I'm going to start assembling it all back together. I've got the new boot. So this is the kit I ordered from Euro Car Parts. Bill is right here. $16.98 for the CV boot. So yeah, so I'm going to start assembling this back on the vehicle now. So just want to check that I have got the right boot before I start to do the job, which it is correct. Sitting as it should. It's a nice and tight fit actually. Now when you're putting the boot on, it can actually be a bit tricky getting the shaft onto the first bit of the gator. So I would advise just greasing it up quickly just to get it on there. So what I do is, I put the bolt in the bottom of the CV joint. So the reason I do this is because when I'm filling the grease into the CV joint, I want it to spread all within the bearings and come out the top. If you don't have anything there, then what's going to happen is it'll just come straight out the bottom and won't fill the ball joints. Right guys, so that is the CV joint done, all back together, ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a look at the front tracking and the toe on the rear tires. So I'll see what I can to do to cover the rear toe, to see if I can make a video for the rear toe for you. But apart from that, I'm very happy with the job. It didn't take too long. It took me about 45 minutes and I wasn't really working at a fast pace. So if you need to do your CV joint on the floor with the trolley jack stands, this is definitely the way forward to go.